Hi, we are Rob and Ali sharing with you our passion of all things cruise and travel.
This is day 4 and I've had to put my my sunglasses on this morning because the sunshine is so bright. All I'm doing is squinting into the camera, so apologies for the sunglasses, but this is the only way I can actually see what we're doing.
Apologies, you look so cool.
Today, this is day 4. We are in Noumea. Now, we're actually at the industrial port. However, what happens is you get off the ship and they take you on a bus. It's about a 3-minute ride into the centre of town, where all the action is.
That's right, and where you can pick up your tours.
I think the tours are... No, you pick up the tours at the industrial port. The buses come into the industrial port.
Yeah, but if you want to get your own tour.
Oh, if you're doing your own tour, that is where you will get them. It's like 3 minutes bus ride that the cruise line puts on for you. We are doing a tour. Talking of tours, we're doing a tour. We're doing the kayaking at the Dumbea River. We've not done that before. Now, I just want to say, so some people like Noumea, some people don't like Noumea, and they say, oh, just stay on the ship. We've been to Noumea quite a few times now, and we've always found things to do. We've been on the choo-choo train, we've been on the hop-on, hop-off bus, we've been to Lemon Bay. This time we're going to the kayaking at Dumbea.
I like to do something a bit more adventurous, so kayaking's right up my street.
And we are back in February, and I think we're going to have a look at Signal Island there. So, you know, if you look, there is plenty to do in Noumea. People say there isn't anything to do. We've found something to do, so make your own mind up, I guess. Anyway, for the moment, we're going to grab something to eat. We're going to try and get out on the Serenity Bar.
Yeah, we're going to the Lido, the buffet, and then we're going to take our food to the Serenity, which is the 18 plus.
It is. We'll have a nice leisurely breakfast before we get off for our tour.
Yeah, let's see what we can do.
Okay. When you come into the industrial port in Noumea, this is what you are greeted with. It's not necessarily the best site of any port that you want to come into, but it's a 3-minute bus ride over to the area over here. Hopefully I'm pointing in this sort of direction now, which is the main town. So you can see how close it is. The buses are laid on by the cruise line. You just 3 minutes round into the centre of the city. So it's really not that far, and it's really not a great inconvenience coming into the industrial port in Noumea. As I said before, I think the organised tours actually pick you up from here at the industrial port anyway. And it's only a couple of minutes if you book one to pick you up from the old port or the centre of town.
We made it for breakfast at the Serenity, the 18 plus area. Now, luckily enough, because we're in port, people have got off the ship, so we've managed to get a wonderful table. So it's sort of indoors outdoors kind of effect. You have the little slats here to keep the brightness of the sun off you so you can eat, but you still get the beautiful breeze, and obviously you're outdoors. And we're just overlooking the outdoor pool here, and we've got a beautiful view of the mountains surrounding us. This is a delightful area. Now, I just wanted to show you that if it's the first time on the ship, you might actually miss this area. So this is on deck 9, and it's just on the other side of the Lido marketplace, the buffet area. And on the map, on your app, it just shows a big kind of like a decking area with a pool in the middle. It doesn't quite convey what this place actually is. So the sun lounge is right the way round the pool, and then you have these beautiful little pods, which are sort of double beds with a cover over the top, so you can get your legs brown and keep your head out the sun.
Actually, they turn around as well, so if the sun's directly on it, you can just spin around, so you're not directly in the sun. Yeah.
If you leave those vacant for more than 40 minutes, they will come and take the towels off to give everybody, obviously, a chance at using them. But less about that and more about, so we brought our breakfast through from the marketplace to have here, which is, it's an elegant way to have breakfast rather than having it indoors and less sort of canteeny atmosphere, if you like. So I have got my made for me omelette today and some fruits, and you went for the Old English again.
Old English, I mean sort of full English.
Full English.
However, They don't have bacon often in the buffet here. It's usually ham. I think we had bacon yesterday. That might be the only time we have bacon throughout the whole trip.
But the ham looks nice though. It's like...
Yep, the grilled ham's very nice. Sausages are lovely too.
Do you know, it always reminds me of a camping breakfast.
Is it like camping stuff?
Set you up for the day.
Right, let's have this.
Let's have this while it's hot. And yeah, let's get going. This has to be one of the most relaxing breakfasts I've had. Sort of sitting on the back of this ship, underneath this beautiful decking area in the Serenity area. Now that's come to an end, we have to go and get ready for our trip on, it's kayaking, isn't it, this afternoon? Let's go get ready because we have to remember to take all our things like the sprays and everything. So we're going to go down into our cabin and I'm going to fire off the list to Robert and he's going to pack the bags for us. He's laughing.
You should know by now not to trust me with packing. Something will get forgotten. And for the third day on the run, we have another towel animal. Again, I'm not really sure what this one is. Looking down the side. I sort of thought he was a monkey, but he's got like a bit of a beak on him. But like a toucan beak. So, not really sure. What do you think he is?
I don't know, but you know, isn't it funny how excited we get about a towel animal? It's great. It's absolutely beautiful that we still get so excited about little things.
I love the
like
towel
this.
animals. I think it was on one of the Carnival cruises where we actually sort of kept them and we put them up, and I think we had them on the back of the sofa, lined up on the back of the sofa. We got one every day. Yes. One every day. And it looks like Carnival are still doing the one animal a day. So here he is again. If you have any thoughts about what this particular towel animal might be, let us know. We are all packed on our way to the gangway to go out and meet our tour kayaking on the Dumbea River, which will be a separate video.
Don't we look so touristy?
Okay, well we are safely back on board now after our Dumbea River kayaking adventure. If you want to see how that went and see what that entails, watch our video. It'll be a separate video on the Dumbea River kayaking tour, which is a ship tour. So we are back on board now. We're just grabbing something to eat from the deli.
Serenity.
Back in Serenity.
Beautiful.
Yeah, let's have a quick look around just as a reminder. There's a few more people than there were this morning. I think everybody is back on the ship now, I think, because 4:30, oh, they should be, because it's 4:30, and I think 4:30 is final, everybody on board.
So this is quite a busy bar. If you don't like people have said to me that they don't like all the music that goes on in the main bar. So just bear in mind that if you don't want to be in the main swimming area, is what I meant, in the main bar, on the Lido deck, there is always the Serenity. And yeah, they haven't got any music on here.
No,
it's just nice.
That's why it's called Serenity.
It does get busy though. However, I just counted the number of bar staff, and there are 6 bar staff behind the bar, as well as there's at least 2 going around with the trays to serve you as well. So it's, yeah, I didn't have to wait long for these drinks, so this is an excellent place to come.
I've only had one sip out of my drink, and the waiter came and asked me if I wanted another.
Yeah, so that
It's only
was
4:30.
pretty good. Yeah.
Alrighty,
Nice way to end the
it
day.
is superhero night tonight, but I don't think we're getting involved with superhero. So we'll see what's on the menu. Dinner at Vila.
Robert doesn't have to get dressed up.
We're going to finish our lunch while it's still warm. I know. We're going to finish our lunch while it's still warm. I was quite happy just finishing off my lunch, well, late lunch, and a beer. And I said, no, come on, we need to go now, because we've got some appointments at the spa. We've got some consultations that we're having at the spa. I can't remember what we're having. We're having a couple done today anyway. So we are going to quick back to the cabin and change. We are off now for our consultations.
We've arrived in Cloud 9 to have our health check by the acupuncturist and Chinese herbalist, and then we're going to have a skin check. Robert is here under duress. He does not want to be here.
They're making me sign a disclaimer.
But I said, no Roberts have been harmed in the production of this movie, of this video.
We haven't had it yet.
Well, anyway, what are we signing?
Disclaimer.
Oh, it's about disclosures and things anyway. But I must just tell you guys that we're not obsessed with our health, but we kind of now think we have to look after ourselves a little bit as we're getting older. And one of the things that we do, this is true, is for Valentine's, rather than buying each other presents for Valentine's Day, we now book in for all our health checks. So we'll have all the screening and all those kind of checks, because for us, that's the nicest gift we can give each other, is to still be alive as we get older. So,
and it's cheaper than roses.
It lasts longer as well. So anyway, we're going to sign these forms off, and then
we're going to read them
first. See what doctor tells us is wrong with us or is right with us. Okay.
We are back from our consultations now. I'd forgotten what they were about. I'll book them, but one of them was like a Chinese medicine guy, and the other one was the skin consultation.
So
have I got that right?
Well, sort of. So one is the acupuncturist and herbalist, and so he goes through all your health. Now he can offer treatments for that, but it wasn't a sales pitch, actually, that one. So he went through all your sort of health issues that you've got, and then recommendations for how to improve your health and lifestyle. And actually, he was really, really good.
That's pretty
so
good.
He's one of those where he checks your tongue and your eyes and your skin, takes your pulse, asks you kind of questions about digestive systems and that kind of thing. He was really, really good.
I thought so too, actually, because he didn't say I needed to do much apart from
pretty much said you were perfect, didn't he?
drink more water, do a bit more exercise.
Couldn't agree more.
Which,
I thought he was very good. As to say, I didn't feel that we got sort of the sales pitch.
No.
The next one was about skin and sort of cosmetic things. So all the things they could do for me, for sort of things like it's an alternative to Botox and skin quality and all this kind of thing, and the facials that they do. It was very informative. It was a little bit more of a sales pitch than the
no hard sell or
doctor,
anything.
but there wasn't any hard sell. It was basically this is how you could improve on yourself and a different sort of
I think the problem is though
cleansing routine and things if you want, and they did give you the prices. But I didn't feel embarrassed to sort of say I don't want to actually buy anything kind of thing. It was just good advice, I think.
But the prices are high on the ship compared to we've priced some of these things up before. They are high, but it's useful just to sort of get a gauge as to what you can do and what can be done, and you can take that then and go and see somebody on land and get probably a more competitive price.
Which actually we will, because as I say, a lot of it was about skin health. Now Robert had a look as well, because his skin has started to get very, very dry, and you know he has his lovely ruddy cheeks. So it's just really just as you get older, men's skin tends to need just as much attention as the ladies, especially in Australia, where we are getting all those hard rays all the time. And so he had a good skin regime for men. So men who don't like to faff around and put all those creams and mess around. He came up with sort of an alternative for that. And actually you were sold, weren't you?
I actually was quite impressed, actually, and some of the stuff I probably will do.
Wild horses would not have got me to drag Robert into something like that. So actually doing something like that on the ship is just a great way to spend half an hour and just look after yourself.
A bit longer than half an hour. We were about an hour and a half.
We were. They really did give us the time, and we felt quite happy in just being able to walk away and say thank you very much. And they were really pleasant about it and didn't look as though we'd let them down by not buying.
It's right. It is superhero tonight. We're not getting dressed as superheroes, but we do need to get a few things sorted before we go for dinner at Vila restaurant. So we'll just be smart casual.
Yeah, the day's just gone, hasn't it?
No, we've got Mystery Island tomorrow as well. So and we've got tonight yet as well. So
it'll I'm going to say it's going to be an early night, but it won't. We'll still try to cram everything in.
Probably right.
Let me show you the stunning sight from our balcony. It looks a little bit windy. We've got a gentle breeze. It's so warm, but just look at this behind us. We are leaving Noumea, and oh, it's absolutely spectacular. And the red you can see on the hills and just edging the clouds there, that's the sunset coming down. It is stunning. Oh, this is beautiful. We're going to sit on our balcony now with a little drinking and just watch the hills kind of rolling by and this gentle water. Beautiful.
I just came downstairs to deck 3 here to have a look at the Citizen Watch sale. There's a 35% off Citizen Watches. See if there's anything for Anne for a present. But unfortunately, nothing like she would like. But they did do a raffle, so I grabbed the raffle ticket and I didn't win. But it was a very nice watch and pen set. I would not have minded that actually. So they are going to do another one later on the cruise. So I might just make it and get a ticket for that one and see if we can be lucky on that one.
Tonight we are dining in the Villa restaurant. So this is the main restaurant. The previous nights we've been in the sort of the offshoot restaurant.
The Overflow.
The Overflow, that's an Overflow. Now, whilst that restaurant is beautiful, it's smaller, more intimate, rather like a proper dining restaurant, if you like. You don't get the clanging dishes, and it just has soft music. You do not get the experience of having the show, where this is where the staff will perform and do a bit of singing and dancing, which actually is really nice. We had a fabulous. It was actually one of the officers did 2 songs, I think, tonight. They were superb, and then the guys came out and did a bit of funky dancing and music, which was excellent. My meal has been delicious tonight. I ordered fish and so did Robert. Now, I didn't realise that there was a creamy sauce on this, but when I then asked for a dairy-free dessert, the waiter realised that I didn't want dairy-free and has brought my main course without the creamy sauce that Robert's got. So it's come with sort of olive oil over it and all the seasoning. I'm delighted with that he had the worth for all. Worth for all? That's not a word. So he had the good common sense to actually ask for this to be dairy-free. So I thought that was excellent service. And it's nice and hot as well. And what a beautiful piece of fish this is. Have you been able to get a good look at this? Absolutely beautiful. Tonight they brought me again chef's choice of dairy-free dessert, and look at this, and it's absolutely beautiful. So it's like a panna cotta, and it's got it's like an orange and passion fruit sauce around it, but it's not too sweet. It's very grown up, very sophisticated. And I haven't had sort of a creamy panna cotta for years since I've gone dairy free, and that is one of the best. Very happy. Thank you, Carnival. That was a beautiful meal tonight. It was. Thoroughly enjoyed it.
I think it's the first time I've had fish actually on this trip, and it was absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
Really good
fish. Now we are off to the theatre, and tonight I think it's the rock show. So looking forward to this. Funnily enough, although it's all rock tonight at the different, so it's the theatre, and then in the Ocean Bar they've got rock bands playing, and some of the staff are dressed up in rock gear, all the black gear.
Yeah, saw Oscar earlier anyway.
However,
with the moustache.
Yeah, you look really cool. However, the theme of tonight is superheroes. So I think there's about 6 different theme nights on this cruise, and we got fed up of all the stuff, all the different costumes and things. So we didn't do either rock or
I think we've done 4. We've got outfits of 4 of them. So yeah.
But if we spot any superheroes, we will try and take a couple of pickies and put them in.
Okay, all right. We better make a move. Actually,
I know. Let's go.
Let's go to the show.
Okay.
Born in the USA, I was born in the USA.
was a high-octane show, full of rock, kind of, what would you say, like a montage?
Montages, yeah, which is not necessarily my favourite, I'll be honest with you. Montages, not, you just get into the song and it changes to another one. And
yeah, but there was lots of energy, lots of really good singing, and but actually it wasn't too busy tonight. The one thing is, though, poor Robert, his eye has been weeping today because it was so,
I don't know what's going on.
bright. And then they started firing off the lasers from the stage, so he's kind of got laser eyes, and he's like, no, I've been attacked.
Well, we sat right in the middle, and then we had to move because the lasers go straight down the middle, so... Yeah, we sat off to the side of it and it was okay.
So you're all right now?
Word of warning, if you're sensitive to lasers, do not sit in the middle seats in the theatre.
Yeah, he was bombarded with them. It was pretty intense. So.
And they'd come out of the blue, they're just like, whack, there you go, laser in the eye. Anyway.
So now we are off to the comedy. So we're just
we've got some new comedians on today.
Yeah, we're just kind of missing the last sort of 5 minutes of that show. Very naughty of us to run out, but we desperately want to make it to the new comedy show.
Yeah.
So let's run across to there. Once again, the Limelight Bar was packed to the rafters, standing room only.
The doors were closed. I don't know whether they'd lock people out, but it wouldn't surprise me.
It's a really great room to have a comedy in there because it's very.
We like it. Some people think it's a bit small and people have to stand, but I think it's sort of like it adds the atmosphere.
You definitely get the atmosphere.
It feels like a comedy club. You know what I mean?
It does. And so they changed over the comedians. So we've got 2 brand new comedians on board.
We've just seen one of them. There's another one that we need to see, and they're both on tomorrow in the Luminosa Theatre. So
his name is Al. So he's an American living in Australia. He was very funny. It took him all of about 1.5 seconds to get the crowd, to win the crowd over.
Actually, real difference between him and the guy who struggled when he was getting off. Can't remember his name. I probably wouldn't say it anyway because it wouldn't be fair. But
he just kept the pace. He kept the pace going. He just kept everybody laughing.
Involved the people without actually being offensive to them as well. You know, it's like
Now that was an 18 plus, so they have the sort of R-rated. It was very funny. It was not too blue, and it was just good. Just really funny.
It was. So just bumped into some friends. Kimmy and Gary. Hi, Kimmy and Gary. Anyway, we're going to head down the piano bar, see what's going on at the piano bar. I think it's Philippe tonight. Sauly's taking a night off, but Philippe, I think he's a guitarist. We haven't seen him yet, so we'll pop down there, see if he's still playing, maybe grab the last half hour.
Dance yet. Maybe we'll have a little dance in our room later.
It's a fair-sized cabin, to be fair, but I'm not sure you want to dance there. Alrighty, so we'll hop on down there and we'll see what's going on down at the Piano Bar 88.
We are back in the cabin. It is very near the end of day 4 of our fantastic holiday. What a wonderful day. Yeah, just remind everybody, we didn't actually make it to the piano. Well, we didn't make it to the piano bar. We did go to the piano bar,
but the pianist had finished. Actually, he wasn't a pianist, he was a guitarist, I think, Philippe. Anyway, he'd finished, so...
Yeah, boo, Philippe.
Yeah. But that's okay.
But we still hung around.
We bumped into some friends and just had a bit of a yarn, didn't we? So
yeah, it's quite a nice bar to still chill out.
Yeah.
We actually did a little run up. So from the piano bar straight up the stairs is the Alchemy Bar, which is where they do all the specialty cocktails. But that was kind of, it had sort of dried up a little bit. It was.
I think what it is. It's Mystery Island tomorrow, and the tender tickets are available. Depends who you listen to. Some say 6, some say 7, but early on, and it's going to be a big day tomorrow on Mystery Island. So it's probably best that we call it a night anyway. But of course,
I have got. Always room for. Actually, there's always room for chocolate and pizza.
Yes.
Not necessarily together, but I always find I can kind of. There's always room for it.
So we've had a great day today. We had a great tour on to Noumea on the kayaking. Highly recommended. Definitely highly recommended. Watch our video on that.
I'd say for a half-day tour, half-day tours, I'm really liking now. We've done a few half-day tours, and because they tend to be shorter duration on the coach. because they're just half a day. And
Yeah,
I
you
like
get
that.
you tend to get as much activity, really, don't you? Or
It feels like it.
Not like half a day's less activity.
And you're not paying for
still,
lunch. Quite often you end up paying for lunch,
Yeah.
and you've already got all that on the
And
ship.
you've still got time to do other things.
Yeah,
as well. Let's take these lenses out. This is a struggle today.
Yeah.
So we'll call it a night. If you've go on. Get it in there first.
I know, you've stopped me now. Yes, so we have to get tender tickets for tomorrow. So I had a little plan actually for you, Robert. I probably haven't told you this yet.
I can imagine.
However, so my mind was kind of working. So we had breakfast in the Serenity this morning.
Yes.
Which is the beautiful bit out at the back. Well, all the pods were taken this morning. So they're the kind of the pods that are over like this. And I thought how splendid it would be to have your breakfast feast in a pod, facing out, getting that beautiful view out to sea or to the island. But you have to get there really, really early. So I thought, while you're up at sort of 6 anyway, getting the tender tickets, that you could, because you volunteered to get the tender tickets, didn't you? That he could go and, put a towel on the bed and
you can only leave it for 40 minutes. Anyway.
Blag us one of those
Tune in tomorrow to see if that actually happened. If you've liked this video, please hit like, please hit subscribe and hit the notification button if you want to see more of our videos. We are going to call it a night for tonight. Thanks for watching. Thanks for following along with our journey with us, and we'll see you in the next video.
Bye-bye.
Bye for now.
I'm sure you'll make it to those pods. But the towels aren't ready for you.